A business can work and still feel completely wrong. And if you've ever had that feeling where, things are moving, but something just doesn't sit right, that's not something to push through. That's something to pay attention to. I want to walk you through what this actually looks like, because building a business that fits you isn't about doing less. It's about doing things in a way that is actually honest. So we're going to look at where things usually get off, what an aligned structure actually means, and how to build something that works consistently without overriding yourself. A lot of people build their business based on what they see working, and that makes sense. You look at what's selling, what's getting attention, what people are responding to, and you build something close to that. But working and honest are not always the same thing. You can have something that converts and still doesn't feel like it's yours. And over time, that creates a kind of friction that just doesn't go away with a better strategy. So let's start with how you talk about your work. A lot of people say what they think they should say, which sounds good. What converts, what fits in the market. But if it's not how you actually see the work, it starts to feel like you're performing. Like you have to stay in a certain tone or present yourself in a certain way just to keep things working. And that's not sustainable. Honest marketing is simpler. It sounds like you. And it attracts the people who are actually right for how you work. Then there's structure, what you're offering, how you're offering it, and how people move through your work. A lot of people build structures that look great on paper, but don't actually fit how they operate. So they end up adjusting themselves to fit the structure instead of building something that supports how they already work. And that's where things start to feel heavy again. Now then there's growth and how fast you're trying to move, what you think you need to maintain. And a lot of people build businesses that only work if they keep pushing at a certain level. And even if it's stressful, it doesn't feel stable because it depends on you holding everything together. And sustainable growth feels way different. It still moves, but it doesn't require you to override yourself to keep it going. Now, I've worked with people who had businesses that were doing well, and they just felt off inside themselves. And when we started adjusting things, how they talked about their work, what they were actually offering or doing, and how people moved through their services, everything got clearer. Not necessarily smaller, just more aligned. And they weren't constantly trying to manage themselves inside their own business anymore. So if your business is working, but it doesn't feel honest, that's something we can shift. Now there's a link below where you can apply to work with me, and we'll look at how your business is set up right now, where you're adjusting to make it work, and what actually fits you, so you can build something that works and feels like yours.